Okay, good morning. It's day 2 of my testimony. It is 7:10 in the morning. I was up at 2:30 this morning. I had to wash, dry, and fold a customer of mine that I was actually supposed to deliver Wednesday, and I couldn't get to it. Obviously, I'm in court constantly, so I got laundry here, I got laundry behind me, I got laundry in the backpack, so I'm like buried right now. The last thing I need is this, but I know there's nothing you can do about it, and I have to look at it that honestly God has got something planned for me. I really think that, like, something that takes a lot of pressure. He's kind of testing me, training me, so to speak, as something coming up. I have to think that way because I feel that's true. And I'm and some of you may not know, or probably don't know, but all the stuff going on with my personal life. We lost the house before, right? So I moved out, got my own place, and my daughter's with me, and I got her a cat. And when my stepson moved to the mainland, I thought I did the right thing, and I know I did the right thing. Basically, I called up the property manager of the property. We've been evicted from the house since last year, July. And my wife wasn't even there. Basically, she let my stepson stay there, and my understanding is for the last couple months she even had somebody else staying there. And it wasn't the right thing to do. Now it's a whole nother story with her. It's the the Hawaiian lands, and it was on her family's allodial title, royal patent lands. And like I said before, I totally down with that fight. I'm totally down with her getting what's right for the Hawaiian people. That's not an issue for me at all. In fact, I support it still, and someday I hope to maybe even run for office or some position of authority, so I can try to make a difference and try to do what's right for the Hawaiian people. And I mean that with my heart, and those of you that know me know that that's true. So anyways, when I met with the sheriffs and gave the house back to the property manager, my dogs were there, and she was supposed to be taking care of them, and she just didn't. They were in terrible shape. Looked malnourished, like they hadn't eaten. Like the last time I saw them months ago, they looked overweight, but this time it looked super, like, almost too skinny. And my husky was in this tiny little cage, and he had dog crap all over his paws because the cage wasn't high enough. I mean, it's just terrible. And then I wanted to put him into, I can't take care of him because I have a cat and I'm in a studio, so I wanted to give him to the Humane Society. But a friend of mine who runs Rescue Kitties Hawaii, and ironically I graduated high school with her, but she's out here in Hawaii too, she was helping me to rehome my husky. And I hate to do that. Like, I love the dog, like literally, like he's one of my kids. And I found a home for him, and they're ready to take him, but I just can't give him up. So long story short, I kept the dogs for now. I had to get them all cleaned up, and they're super happy. Like, I'm feeding them, and everything's great. But the problem is my daughter's cat. The cat's being babysat right now, but I don't even know what to do with that situation. You know what I mean? Like, I got 2 dogs, a cat being babysat. My daughter and we already sleep on a queen bed together. She sleeps like facing one way, I face the other way. So there's room that way, and what do? My poor daughter, she loves the dogs too, and she doesn't want to lose the dogs, but she loves her cat. It's her cat. It's just tough. What do you do? So when I did the laundry this morning, I got home quick. The plan was I was gonna walk the dogs fast, feed them, shower, head over to Kailua, my customer, do a quick delivery, no pickup because I don't have time, just drop it and go, and then take the pulley, come back over to court. So we take the dogs out. Husky jumps up on the door. He's all excited to go out, but he must have with his paw, turned the little thing that locks it, the little knob, and locked us out of the house. So I'm like, you gotta be, of all days, you just gotta be kidding me. And I got a customer that needs this linen. She has a business to run, right? So I'm like, this is unbelievable. So thank God my landlord was home and she was able to come over and open it for me real quick, but then I don't, like, my minutes are valuable. I don't have time to head to Kailua now. So I'm just like, I don't want to risk it. I'll just go and sit in the parking lot and be ready to go that way. And again, I talked to my customer. She's so cool. And I told her, I'll let the prosecutor know today I have to be out by 4. I cannot, I can't let this woman not have her stuff for her business. And it's a huge account for me. It's a lot of money. I can't afford to lose that right now or at all, So anyways, getting back to the trial. I had some thinking to do, and there's some rebuttal stuff that I want to talk about. He was bringing up the business, how, kind of making it look like I started a business without her, and trying to frame me as like a money controller, which, whatever, who cares? Like, it still doesn't give anyone a reason to physically assault you, but that's what he's trying to paint me as. And I went back in my sales, and I actually started the business the same month that she assaulted me, and maybe a little bit earlier than that. But remember, a month before, she punched me in the face, right? And she was cheating on me, brought some guy in my house doing whatever, so we were kind of on our way out. And the way she was spending money, I started a parallel business, so I'd have a way to slide customers over without her knowing about it. But I always do the right thing. I never got a website. I never got business cards. I don't have t-shirts with my company name on it. I literally have a logo, and I have a payment processing system, and I have an LLC. And I didn't purposely get a website and all that other stuff because I had envisioned that we would get through our problems and we would be able to continue to grow our business, Tumble, together. So I built Tumble, Tumble, so Tumble, like Tumble, and the one we shared was Tumble, so it was similar, and it was easy for me to just say we were rebranding, so it was easy to slide everyone over. And I have the relationship with the customers, not Ava. She has no relationship. She couldn't tell you lined them up, she couldn't tell you 3 of the customers' names. I mean, that's the truth. I have the relationship with people, and I was able to keep them. I was able to save the business. Thank God for family members that were there for me, that let me borrow money, that gave me money out of their, heartfelt feelings for the situation in our family. Not just me, but the kids too, and for Ava. They gave me money not to let me borrow money, not to shun her. They understood the situation, and they wanted us to be okay. They understood my vision for the future. They understood that what I was doing was to keep it afloat until hopefully we can get past our problems, which of course never happened. We went back and forth, and we tried, I think we did, but obviously it just didn't happen. So I just kept the business. And in fact, I'm going to be building a second laundry business. I'll get into that later, but that's going to be the one that I blow up. This one was just to transfer over. I will keep this one. But the other one I build is going to be the explosion. That one is going to be all the visions. That's going to be all of my passion and everything I know I can do, because I'll have help with that one. I couldn't find an investor for my business, and I didn't want to give away part of the company because I just worked too hard. I mean, how many people could wash, dry, and fold 1,000 pounds of laundry every single week? And then you add on everything else I'm doing right now with taking my daughter to school every morning. Now I have to go home and take the dogs for a walk in between. I can't even leave the dogs home. The dogs have to come with me. My van that I bought, that's another story. I have a van. I bought a van because my other van broke down. And that's still at the dealership, the broken down one. But that's going to cost about $8,000 to get that fixed, which I don't have. So I'm just paying a car payment and don't have that car. So the new van I bought was damaged. And I noticed it when I got home because it was the bumper. There was a crack in the bumper. And then I'm getting away from the story a little bit, but it's important somewhat. So, the bumper had a crack on it, and I videotaped it. And then I let them know, they kind of set up an appointment with me to get it fixed. It was like, wait a minute, it should have been fixed. And I drove off the lot like this. Why do I make an appointment? So I did. I made an appointment, whatever. I'm not going to cause drama about it. But then it got worse because the crack, when I was driving over the freeway, going 55, 60 miles an hour, the wind blowing on it opened it up, and basically half the bumper was hanging down. And then I noticed that there's a rattle in my right front tire, a rattle. And then as I'm driving in the freeway with the bumper hanging down, I was able to kind of keep moving it up. It wasn't like it was bouncing off the ground, but it was, hanging off a little bit. But then the undercarriage to the car, I hear this shh as I'm driving on the freeway. So the undercarriage of the car buckled underneath. So now I have a bumper, the undercarriage, and the rattle in the front. And I basically, they wouldn't take me because they said they're busy. So I just drove to the dealership and I parked in the way. And they said, you can't park there. I said, well, I'm parking here. I need to see your GM. Like, oh, you got to move the car. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm sorry. I need to see your general manager now. I'm not moving that car until somebody comes out and helps me. So he did. He came out. He's super cool. This is Jerry V's over in Kaneohe. And their whole motto is for the people. That's his motto. And not for this people. Like, this is a horrible experience. And I will absolutely be talking about that experience later because it is unbelievable. I bought the car almost 3 months ago and I still don't have it. They give me vans and I had to return the van. Then they gave me another car. Then I had to go back because the van was ready. But then I was like, hey, wait a minute. Make sure that rattle's done. And it's been 3 months and I still don't have that van. So I'm packed into this small SUV where I should have a full-on van to do laundry. Okay, that's why. And now I have to have dogs in it. So it's been challenging. And like I said, if you don't have faith in God, man, you don't believe, you're gonna break down. You're gonna, this is like big time depression what I'm going through. But I have faith. So much faith, and that works. You believe that God has a plan for you. God has your best interest in mind, and there's always a way. There's always a reason. You just never understand it. So many times, you just don't understand why all this stuff's happening to you. And all of a sudden, a year or two later, you're like, wow, I had to go through that to get to this point. So I know that's where I'm going. I just can't wait to get to the destination, So yeah, now it's 7:23. I've been talking for 13 minutes, so I got to wrap it up soon. But so I'm trying to, I'm doing okay being up since 2:30, folding laundry, but I do that Waze, I'm sorry, what is that, mushroom coffee, anyways, I can't remember the name for whatever reason right now, but one of the mushroom coffees, and I also am doing the methylene blue, and it absolutely, I was taking one vial of it and it really wasn't doing anything, but I went to 2, and the methylene blue definitely is, I'm more alert. I'm more, kind of less groggy and tired. But I didn't take it this morning. I forgot because I got caught up. So I'm a little concerned because I got up so early and I didn't get a lot of sleep. As the day goes on, I'm going to be groggy, and that's going to affect my testimony. So maybe if I got a few minutes to spare, I'll go get something to drink. I don't know. But yeah, that stuff helps me a lot, and I totally forgot this morning. I'll let you know how that goes. Yeah, so I'm first up in the morning, still being cross-examined. I would assume I'll be cross-examined, and then the prosecutor will re-examine me, and we'll probably have some time to go over some of my bullet points and talk about, some things like the police report where he says you didn't put that she hit you, but I put she attacked me. For me, with everything that was going on, I did say she hit me, but it was in the car, right? She punched me. So I just need to make sure that they understand what my translation of hitting is. She attacked me, so that's everything, full-on frontal attack type of thing. And I touch base more on the money situation, and I'm gonna open up more, I think, on our argument at Bishop Museum. Something we weren't supposed to talk about, and now we're talking about, and I wasn't ready to talk about it after I was told not to talk about it. So yeah, we'll get some clarification things, but and then they've had time too. They've had time to kind of think about their strategy as well. But the best strategy is the truth. Always. The best strategy is being sincere and honest and telling the truth. And she's not going to do that if she gets on stage. She testifies. There's no way, because the truth is not something that she understands anymore, unfortunately. She used to take pride in it, I guess, or maybe she just manipulated me to the point where I thought it. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But it's about 7:26, and I gotta meet the victim advocate at 8 o'clock. And if I got time in between, I'll do another one for everybody, and then I'll wrap it up on my way to Kailua to do the delivery for my customer before 5 o'clock. So that should be an exciting day. I have a good feeling about it. I'm actually in a better place than I was yesterday. I'm more focused, maybe because I've been up longer, but I'm ready to go. Wish me luck. Have a good day.